hello. You're probably wondering why there's just a picture here instead of the usual, and that is because I lost my intro clip. And in that intro clip, I was explaining that I'm about to use the KathleenLights Colourpop So Jaded palette to create a more of a cooler tone spring look for you guys. And if you'd like to see how I got that look, just keep watching. Also leave a like and subscribe. Alright, to start off this look, I'm first going to go in with my Laura Geller Hydrating Spackle Primer, and I'm going to put this all over my face. And now I'm going to take my E.L.F. Putty Primer with my little mini blendiful, and I'm going to apply this just to my T-zone where I have a lot of pores. Okay, so for foundation, I'm going to do as usual with my blendiful. I'm going to mix two colors of the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear, and I'm going to apply that all over my face as well as bring it down onto my neck. So I'm going to take my E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm going to put a little bit of that under my eyes and also highlight my face with that as well. I'm also bringing the excess of that concealer up onto my eyelid to conceal some of the darkness in there, as well as use it as my primer for eyeshadow later. And here I'm actually taking a lighter concealer that I am about to show anytime now. Yes, my Benefit concealer. This one's a little bit lighter, a little bit more coverage, and I'm putting that just on the very inner parts of my eyes to add some more brightness. And to set that, I'm going to use my Kylie Cosmetics setting powder. And for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder, and I'm going to set my whole entire face, and don't forget your neck. Alright, now it's time for bronzer, and I'm using my Fenty bronzer. Got a little something on my lip right there. And I'm just going to put this more of an all-over bronze, not necessarily a contour, and pretty much my whole face. And to add a little color to the cheeks, I'm going to be using MAC Melba. I'm applying my blush pretty close to the apples on my cheek. That's really where I'm focusing the color. Now I'm taking my Jaclyn Cosmetics Mood Light powder, and I'm using this to add an all-over glow to the face. And for the highlight, I'm taking another Jaclyn product, the Flash palette. I'm going to mix some of these colors. I guess I got confused. And I'm going to use those to highlight my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow, all the good stuff. it is finally time for some eyebrows. Oh, and I'm probably going to do this off camera because it's really hard for me to see you guys and be in frame. So I'm just going to brush it up with the spoolie, and then of course I'm going to take my Colourpop Clear Brow Gel and I'm going to add a little bit of that before I go in with the actual pencil. And we're back with some brows. I'm going back over with a little bit more gel to make sure I have them at the exact shape that I want. Time for the best part. We're going to get started with the color Rose Quartz, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush and just blend that all over my crease as a transition color. I'm using that fluffy brush right along the edges to make sure they're really blended out before I go in with another smaller fluffy brush. And I'm going to take the color Ametrine and I'm going to build that up right into my crease. As you can see, I'm definitely focusing on the outer corner first, and then I slowly bring it in just to make sure that I don't get too much pigment too fast in the inner corners. And here I'm going back in with that first brush with no product just to go over those edges. You'll probably see me do this multiple times throughout. And now I'm taking this flattish, paddleish brush and I'm dipping into the color Fluorite. And before I go in with that, I'm going to spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and I'm going to pack this all over my lids as much as I can. And here you can see me going in with my finger because the brush just wasn't cutting it. Alright, so I flipped that brush right over and I'm going into the color Jasper, which is like a reddish brown tone, and I'm slowly building this in the outer corner with tiny little circles. Now I'm going back and adding just a little bit more of that rose quartz shade to the crease. And since all of our blending kind of messed up our lid shade, I'm going to go back in with Fluorite. Alright, time for the fun part. Taking a little bit of glitter glue in the back of my hand, and I'm just going to press it straight onto the middle part of my eyelid. And now I'm going to go in with this glitter right here called Opal, and I'm just going to press it pretty evenly across my lid so that the glitters are evenly diffused rather than packed on in a certain spot. Now with an even smaller, flatter blending brush, I'm going into the color Stoned, which is like a dark ashy brown, and I'm going to start by kind of pushing this really close to my lash line, and then I'll slowly bring it up and blend it out. And this is our crease brush from earlier that we used with Ametrine, and I'm just going back over the crease just to make sure there are no harsh lines. For the lower lash line, we're going to take this flat definer brush right here, and we're going to dip into the color Alexandrite, and I'm just going to press that color right against my lower lashes. To blend the lower lash line, I'm taking this little baby blender brush and I'm going back into Ametrine from earlier, and I'm going to use that to kind of lightly smoke out the lower lash line. And now I'm taking this teeny tiny little paddle brush and I'm going to go back into our face highlight palette with the lightest color, and I'm going to use that to highlight my inner corners, and then I'm going to take the other color that's a little bit darker and I'm going to use that for my brow bone. To set this face, we're going to use our Colourpop Pretty Fresh setting spray. And then I take my little baby blender and I just go over it to really make sure that that setting spray has sunken into the skin. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. Although you can't see it, this is the Colourpop mascara, just the black one, and I'm going to put a bunch of mascara on my top and bottom lashes. For lip liner, I'm taking my Kylie Cosmetics coconut liner, and I'm just going to line all around my lips. And to finish off the look, we're taking another Colourpop product. This is in the shade Alyssa, Ultra Satin Lip. I love it, highly recommend. And after a little bit of dancing, this look is complete. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Thank you so much for watching.